It's funny, every time I hit live, it like takes a second. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Rule of Cobra. We're still not sure on the name yet. I think you proposed Miyagi Duo a couple days ago. Someone commented that.
Yeah, was it AJ or I'm kind of
It's actually a
forgetting.
good name. I like that.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
welcome back to the podcast, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm here with my co-host, Peter from Cobra Kai Kompanion. I've linked his channel down below. He's done a million different interviews with all the cast members and more coming soon. So what's going on, man? How's your week?
Yeah. Let's see, we got one lined up tomorrow with writer of Molting and Pulpo.
I saw that, yeah.
Um, yeah, Michael Jonathan Smith there. Really excited about that one. And we actually met him in person, me and Brianna, when we went down to Atlanta. Really nice guy, but we didn't talk to him a whole lot.
Mm.
But we're definitely going to do so tomorrow. And then we got a fun thing going on too with Gianni DiCenzo, who plays
Oh, yeah,
Dimitri.
cool.
Yeah. And we're doing a game called This or That. Are you familiar with that one?
No.
So
What is
this or
that?
that, for example, you're big into Star Wars.
Yeah.
An example of a this or that would be Luke or Anakin. You pick one and then you tell us why.
Okay.
You know.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, so that's what we're doing with Gianni tomorrow.
Oh, cool. That'd be sweet. But then you also have the tomorrow as well, so you have two interviews tomorrow, pretty much.
I suppose you can call it an interview, but with Gianni, it's just hanging out. He comes on and we do fun things like that last time. Him and Owen Morgan came on and we just did some improv. Some just fake script reading,
Yeah.
or auditioning rather.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I think because I interviewed him pretty early on, I think he's been very a little bit more accessible for me to do things with and set things up.
Yeah, I find if you talk to them early on and they kind of like, oh, I know you. And now that the
Right.
show is so huge, like I'm sure everyone's trying to get in there and be like, hey, can I interview? Can I interview?
Yeah.
I have a
Exactly.
100% success rate. So the only people I've ever asked to interview, I've gotten the three from Karate Kid, and that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want rejection. So,
Hey,
um,
100% is amazing. But guess what? I don't know how many rejections I got really early on, and it
really,
just, you just gotta just keep going, don't give up.
yeah,
You gotta go all in, right?
yeah, true. Okay, so today's episode is actually something that you proposed, which I think is super funny, and it makes a lot of sense. So take it away, man. Let's
Okay,
talk about
so,
this.
all right, Johnny, or not Johnny, but Tommy being the real villain. I don't know if we want to call him a villain, but what I will say, there are some things that we learned from Cobra Kai season two, and then you go back and rewatch the Karate Kid movie.
Yeah,
There's some damning evidence that may say Tommy is the instigator
yeah.
to everything that happened between Daniel and Johnny.
Yeah, and when you said that, it made a lot of sense because I was like, okay, I'm looking now at his character, and he's just like everyone hates Daniel, but he's like over the top, like you remember him when Daniel was in the tournament, and he's just like going crazy. I don't know if you saw
Yeah,
him in the background. He's just like, get in my body. Well, we know that part, but he's just like
exactly.
laughing maniacally and everything. Like there was
Yeah.
some psychosis to that or something. So,
Wasn't it
um,
the this what dishwashing detergent or something?
what's that?
Dishwashing detergent that he drank that he thought was beer, or what was it that he drank when they're at the bar in that one scene, and
Oh,
he said,
yeah,
"I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know what beer tasted like," so he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
down
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, and
so.
that was a scene where we found out where he actually had a crush on Allie. So it's like, okay, I could see him maybe holding back that resentment, not really letting it out with Johnny when Johnny was with Allie. But once Daniel was in and Johnny was out, man, it all came out. Um, Regarding his character, though, I mean, if he didn't, if they were they were at the beach and he didn't say take a right, I don't think Johnny would have noticed. I think they would have just like
No,
continued on.
exactly. I just made a meme about that like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
I just did a few screenshots of basically there's this other meme. It kind of was started by one of our group moderators, Kiara from Italy,
yeah,
and she just took some very simple screenshots and kind of made the movie over, right? If it starts out and if they never had or they get into the car and they're about to move to California, but then decide to stay,
yeah,
the end, then roll credits, and so my movie would have ended at the beach where if Tommy looks to the right And Johnny's like, what is it, Tom? He's like, nothing. Let's go straight.
And that would have been
The
it.
end.
Yeah. He's like, and he made it work that year, and that was it. And
Yeah,
then he like became a good guy. But I mean, he would have eventually seen at school that Allie
yeah.
was, so it was inevitable. But
They were gonna eventually run into it, but here's some of the other things that kind of support this theory of Tommy being the instigator. So we find out from the Cobra Kai show that he was in love with Allie,
yeah,
and that's the reason that he joined Cobra Kai because another guy struck first, and he
mhm,
wanted to have the balls, as big as Johnny's were, to be able to have that confidence. So, what if it's they pull up to the beach and Tommy looks over. He's also the one that brought the beer, right? So beer kind of, what was that they say? Your inhibitions, it kind of impairs your judgment.
yeah,
So maybe Tommy's like, yeah, yeah, here's some beers, guys. Man, there go that new kid right there. Oh, say, he's with Allie. So they go there. He's holding Allie back, right? Let's fast forward to the first day of school where Daniel is minding his own business on the soccer field when Allie comes up, talks to him and stuff like that. Yeah, it's Bobby that trips him,
yeah.
but I believe in the original script there was a first strike, and that was actually by Tommy. So it actually makes sense when
Oh damn.
Bobby trips him, and they start going at it because something else had already happened, right? And so during that scene, the fight with Bobby, you see Tommy holding Daniel back,
Yeah,
and Tommy's going, "Kill him, Bobby! Kill him, Bobby!" So he's holding Daniel, it's like telling Bobby to kill him. And then fast forward to the night of the school dance. They're chasing him in their iconic skeleton outfits. Who is there looking the most amused? Tommy. Tommy's standing there in makeup, just smiling ear to ear, right? And then you mentioned it earlier. Fast forward to the tournament scene. Well, I guess there's one other moment where Daniel goes to visit Cobra Kai,
hmm,
and who spots him in the window having lunch with his mom? Tommy. Tommy runs back inside. Hey, there's that new kid. Then they all come out. And then again, fast forward to the tournament, get him a body bag.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, do it, Johnny, kill him.
You can't take
So
you can't forget take a worm for a walk week.
yeah, yeah, he just needed to get something in.
Yeah, no.
Very threatening, that line.
So I'm pretty sure if he just it's a fun theory. Obviously, it's just a loose theory that we have, but there was definitely some extra anger there from
Yeah.
Tommy toward Daniel. Um, but I think I like how which episode was it? I think it was 10 was it 106?
What scene? What are we talking
Where
about?
they're at the bar or 104.
Oh, 206. Oh, wait, Johnny and
Johnny
Daniel?
and Daniel, yeah.
Oh, 109.
109. It's right
Yeah,
before it all went down. Okay.
yeah.
So in that one, I love that how they kind of came together and they found a common ground over hating Greg, Allie's new husband.
The stupid face.
Yeah,
Or
what a
look at that
stupid
dumb
face.
face.
Look
Yeah,
at that dumb face. Yeah.
what
And
an
it's
asshole.
such a dude thing. It's like whenever you like a girl, you guys just like. And there's a skit on it on YouTube too. I forgot the channel name, but they're just like making so much fun of the guy, and they're like, "Yeah, good for him though." But
Yeah.
yeah, he's an asshole. Yeah, screw that guy.
Oh,
So
he's only a doctor that like works with kids with cancer.
yeah, right. It's good.
Oncologist, I think
Yeah,
he was.
dream dude basically.
Yeah.
Um, do you think we're gonna see him?
The husband?
Yeah,
I think there's a pretty good chance if we see Allie, but I don't know if it's like 100%. I don't need to see him.
yeah,
But John Hurwitz does these Q&A on Twitter,
yeah.
and people would ask him questions, and people have brought up, well, what about Allie's husband? And basically, what he said was they obscured the face enough, and added some things to. I don't know if he was the DP or what his actual title was, but they obscured this guy in the event that they could, if they needed to cast somebody else to play
True.
that role.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, he's all like covered up with sunglasses and stuff.
hmm
Yeah, I could see him coming in, but I don't really see what purpose he would hold really.
Maybe they're just bypassing,
Yeah.
or they were in town visiting her parents,
Now,
or something
I
like
read
that.
some tabloids, you never know how true these things are, but apparently, Elizabeth Shoes and The Boys, which, if you guys haven't seen, great show, also by Sony. which makes me wonder if Netflix will pick that up too. But
Right.
now that she's most likely done with that, I'm not going to reveal spoilers in case you haven't seen the show. Do you think that was what was holding her back from maybe coming on Cobra Kai season 2?
I think so. I'm trying to. Oh, you know what? So we had a discussion kind of about the return of Allie on Twitter, and it's funny too because like in an Elizabeth Shue Twitter account, like a fan account, they actually told us on Twitter that I forgot who was working with her on this, but basically before everything happened, Elizabeth Shue was gonna start filming like a new series of her own. I think that she was gonna be producer too or something. I'm forgetting the person's name. It's all over Twitter. You'd have to kind of search for it though. But basically, what they said was after season 1 of The Boys on Amazon, she was gonna start filming the other show not too soon after. So that actually leaves very little for Cobra Kai. So the amount of time in between, shooting that and the
Yeah.
end of The Boys would have only allowed maybe a cameo, is what they were saying. So it's kind of a good nugget from a fan account that actually follows her movements, in her job. So
Yeah. Do you think we're going to get lots of her then in that case
hard to say.
in season 3?
I just I don't. They were high school
Sweethearts, yeah, that was it.
Can you see that? I mean,
But no, man, the whole show. I mean, Johnny
Yeah,
still
yeah.
got her hair tie and every like her
Right.
ribbon and everything. Like, so I mean, he's still hung up. Like, she's
Oh yeah,
the Great
he's
White
never got
Buffalo.
closure.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's never got the closure. But I guess in my experience, knowing people that were high school sweethearts, they were literally dating, as they graduated and continued dating then on, right? Daniel or Johnny and Allie broke up,
Yeah.
and she dated Daniel.
Yeah.
So that kind of ends it. And then obviously she, hooks up with a UCLA guy, which I still
I think
think it was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, I don't think. I think there was something about the writers just like writing that in at the time because like she wasn't available or something like that, or
She was going to school, yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
yeah, and they like
uh,
wrote her
Harvard.
character into some bullshit ending just because they were like scorn about her or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of my
Which is what I
understanding
heard,
too.
but I mean, who knows if that's true? Which is not right. I hope they rectify that, and I mean they probably could because Daniel's just such a hothead and be like, oh no, Daniel, like I
Yeah.
just found him after because you turned into a dick or something like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
something.
I did a Q&A, like an ask me something on Instagram,
Yeah.
and somebody actually asked me about the Ally character, and I said, I don't need her back, but I would like to see Johnny get closure,
Yeah.
and I would like to see her give the audience her side of the story, right? We heard Johnny's side of the story about
Yeah.
how things went down with him and Daniel. We know Daniel's movies,
Yeah.
and we would like to hear Allie's take. Like, no, Daniel jumped to conclusions and this and that, or we were fighting while we were driving and weren't paying attention to the road and hit something.
Yeah.
He took it as, I wrecked his car.
Yeah.
Something like that, just to kind of like fix it. Because there's people that will reach out to me and be like, no, Allie was a terrible girlfriend. Like, dude, are you serious? Like, did you see how she was with Daniel? And
Yeah.
and maybe you didn't because you don't like Daniel, and
Yeah.
maybe you don't like that shipping of those two characters.
Yeah.
But the writers continue to surprise us, right?
Yeah.
She could be a big character, but I don't need it. They dated in high school, her and Johnny, but just because as far as we know, Daniel and UCLA football player, there was two guys since that breakup, and so I wouldn't really call that high school sweetheart. So there's no rekindling, in my opinion.
True.
It's just Johnny just needs that closure so he can move on.
Yeah. Something I'd like to see is maybe someone else besides Silver. I mean, look, I love for them to bring back the characters. It's so cool. But as you mentioned, it does make the universe much smaller when they do that. So, if this person's related to that person, it's just like, okay, it's cool, but still, it's kind of weird. So if they expand on it, I'm wondering what other character could they bring in that maybe ties to all of this, but is completely new.
Yeah,
That's, I think, what I would want to see.
like Miguel's dad or something.
Yeah, like Miguel's dad. Like I think that would
Yeah,
be something that they could go towards. Why
right.
this program keeps moving? Sorry, guys. You keep seeing this.
I wonder if it's my new camera too. I
No,
wonder.
it's not. No, I don't know why. Like, I think OBS has some like Skype issues or something. Like, maybe we should use Zoom next time or something. Like, we could do
We
that.
could try that.
We could try that. We got some super chats from you. CLG Comics says, appreciate all that you do. Hit me up on IG. Need to do a collab together. Cool, man. Ultra Funky, I think we all know that Dutch was the real villain. Right, that's another thing I want to talk about is
He's in
actually...
jail, clearly.
Yeah, he's in jail. But do you remember Karate Kid 2 in the very beginning when Dutch just, like, turns his back when Kreese is...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what the hell? He just didn't care.
Maybe he just felt very defeated,
Yeah.
because I mean, they all lost to Daniel. Their friend Danielle. Maybe Dutch was just really up in his feels.
Yeah. And he's just like, you know what? Well, yeah, maybe if Johnny's out, then... I think you commented on this, too. You're like, if Johnny's out, then maybe I'm the next one. Maybe I'm the next top of Cobra Kai.
That would be interesting.
And
They're all really great fighters too, and you see like their fire when they're fighting, especially Dutch, and Bobby. Like his style is kind of, I don't know if it's Brazilian based, but Ron Thomas does Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So I think that deleted scene with the Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I think that was kind of a nod maybe to Bobby's character, or I guess Ron Thomas, since that's what he did. But that explains like his wide stance when he's fighting during the tournament. That was kind of a fun tidbit to learn.
deleted scene, like the one where they're filming the whole, like the behind the scenes thing where they're filming the entire movie.
No. The behind the scenes on the the DVDs on Cobra Kai. There's a deleted scene where Johnny is probably supposed to be in episode 3 where he's out handing out flyers.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to like a dojo in his Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he's trying to poach like their students.
Oh.
And then like a couple of senseis walk out, and they pretty much scare him away.
I didn't see this.
Yeah. Did you ever get the DVDs?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, you missed out because it was a collector's edition.
What the hell? The DVDs for Cobra Kai, and there's like deleted stuff on there.
Yeah.
Dude,
There's a few deleted scenes.
You gotta do some reactions to those deleted scenes and upload them on your channel. I'd love to see them.
Yeah, we did an audio version of it that we haven't put up yet. But yeah, that's something to consider. But I guess I don't really know the rules about showing the entire like deleted scenes,
Yeah, I mean, if you maybe just, I mean, you know the writers. Maybe you could ask them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I mean,
But they're pretty cool. I'm sure some of those have been uploaded already.
yeah,
but-
that's the thing is people upload those, and if you react to it, you're doing a commentary on it. So I mean, from a legal standpoint, it's that's your work because it's your take on it. But I don't want to step on Sony's shoes or anything. So maybe just check. Yeah.
I'll talk about one other scene that I thought was kind of interesting, and I know why they took it out. Because some of these you can tell, but that jiu-jitsu one, you're just like, oh man, that's so funny though. Why'd you take it out?
Yeah.
It's probably for pacing,
Of course.
things like that. There's another one where we kind of find out that Johnny did.
This is so
Something
cool. I
happened,
didn't
well-
know there was like I didn't know that happened.
Following the fight in front of the convenience store,
Uh-huh.
he gets arrested. We hear like he was charged or some. I've seen it one time, so I'm kind of forgetting. But we learned a little bit about that. Actually, I think probation, something like that, because it also kind of gives insight to his line about when Miguel comes to see him in the first episode, and he's talking about like, I shouldn't even be around kids, right now, or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was from that deleted scene. But there's one right before the tournament in 110. Daniel's looking at the banner of himself, right? It's a really sweet moment. And then Anthony walks up behind him, and he's like, "Oh, Dad, I look up to you," and just saying like all these beautiful things. And you're like, "Dang, Anthony is a nice kid. Why did they cut this out?"
Yeah.
And then they kind of undercut the moment with him asking his dad for money.
I think Anthony's like an untapped character, dude. I think he could like, especially with this gap now that we have, probably season 4 won't start filming. I don't know.
For months.
Yeah, maybe
We
2021.
need season 3 first.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope they start filming soon, but as the writer said, they'll be down out Atlanta like immediately once they get the go ahead. So,
Hmm.
um,
And they got to start writing season 4 too, as
it's the
far as I
thing though.
know.
I didn't. Oh,
Yeah.
they've probably written it.
We don't know.
They've probably
They,
written
they
it.
keep
Like
things very tight to the chest.
they just all like hang out, like yeah, go for dinner or something. Okay, guys, let's get on this. They've probably finished season 4. They probably have ideas for season 5. Like
They
I,
do. They have ideas that can take them all the way up to season 6
where'd you hear that?
from them.
Oh shit.
John has said it on Twitter before.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. This is a while ago. See, so anytime he does like a Q&A, like
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
whenever we can, we try to recap like all of those.
yeah.
And and people have asked him about like the future of Cobra Kai, and he says that they have ideas, at least for like up to 6 seasons. But it's gonna at the time it depend on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now YouTube dropped them. Now they're on Netflix, so it depends how it goes with Netflix. But they have these ideas. They have like how something could end, and then the next season would start up.
This leads me to two things I want to mention. First of all, I think you should go through all of those, all the Twitter Q&As, or maybe that's something we could even do on the podcast here. And if you can, send me your logo before I forget, so that I can put your name next to mine.
Okay.
You'll see it when it's up.
Yeah, yeah.
The second one was, I totally forgot.
Was it about the seasons, the 6 seasons?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why sometimes you'll see people be like, "Oh no, they got ideas till 6 seasons." That's probably because they read that tweet during that Q&A.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So I hope that now that they're with Netflix, like they don't have, because what happened with Star Wars, of course, is like you get people that come in that don't necessarily know the story as much, or they have their own input, which is something George Lucas always had a problem with, which is why he funded it all himself. Obviously, we don't have that luxury with Cobra Kai, so I hope that the writers will be the ones retaining the full control of everything going forwards, and they don't let any executives or anything get in there and be like, I think this would be maybe a good idea if we did this direction, went this. It's like, no, dude, just let the 3 handle it. They know what they're doing. You guys pay for it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all I
100%
want.
agree.
Yeah.
I don't have any insight into the deal, but what we do know is that shortly after it was announced that Cobra Kai was moving to Netflix, like that was for certain.
Mm.
People were like, okay, well, when are we gonna get a trailer? Like what's
Yeah.
taking so long now? And what a lot of people didn't know, unless you follow them on Twitter, John had mentioned, well, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of individuals involved. You got lawyers on different sides and stuff.
Yeah.
They got to sort out the legalities and all of these things. So I would imagine and also hope that in the negotiations they're also fighting for like more, to retain their control of the
More
show.
rights. Yeah. More rights
Hmm.
in terms of control. Yeah. It's probably got to be super legal because, I mean, you got Sony, you got YouTube, you got now
Hmm.
Netflix. It's,
I wonder
this
if
is,
Overbrook is still in the Overbrook is Will Smith's production
yeah, Will
company. So
Smith is in it too.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, if he even is still a part of that,
I'm sure
and
he
then
is.
they
Yeah.
created Counterbalance Entertainment as well,
Yeah.
their own production
I'm
company.
sure you two probably get some kickback or something still, because it's just
They,
like it's
oh
they
sure.
raised it.
Yeah, because yeah, there's that, but I think that was kind of like what this is kind of what I remember that I believe John said that, well, when YouTube was like, oh yeah, we're going away from scripted shows, I believe they did ask like, hey, can we find our own home? And so I think, instead of being canceled, I believe YouTube might have been in the dealing as well to help facilitate that
Yeah,
move.
I hope so, because they really made it. Bring it to what all the parties brought it to this amazing show, and I think they should all have some sort of stake in it to make sure it goes in the same direction.
Yeah.
Um, do you think they should also bring back Hilary Swank's character? Right. So this is something I was thinking of the other night. Uh, of course, as I said earlier in the stream, I think it would be awesome if they brought everyone back, but
Hmm.
only if it's fitting and only if it has some sort of a purpose or a reason. Like I could see them. Like we definitely need more badass female characters in there. Of
Oh
course,
yeah.
I'd love to see Ali Mills. I'd love to see Hilary Swank's character, but they got to do it really, really eloquently, like really nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Hell, I want to see Kumiko. I'm
yeah,
I'm a huge fan of Kumiko,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Same.
Um, it's got to fit their narrative,
Yeah.
right? It's got to move the story forward. And as much as we want to see everyone back, like you said, it's got to make sense. Um, now I lost my train of thought. Was season three? Kumiko. I don't know. Kumiko, like, again, like, why? If we're learning about some sort of Miyagi's secret, I mean, she was connected to Miyagi, but not in the terms of the roots of Miyagi-Do. So I don't see like it being necessary for her. Um,
I could
yeah.
I could see them, well, off the top of my head here, I could see them maybe like,
Oh,
I don't think
I
she'd be, yeah, go for it.
I was just going to touch on the Hillary Swank. This is what my train of thought was that I lost is that we know that Daniel knows the wheel technique, right? And they
Hmm.
say with writers, you write what you know. I would imagine, with many things, martial arts, what have you, you can't teach what you don't know. So
Hmm.
if Daniel doesn't know the wheel technique, I don't think he would have taught it.
Hmm.
So who else could he have met? And that's where I think Julie Pierce could come in. But again, like she's got to be introduced for like a good reason if she is going to make an
Yeah,
appearance.
like a
Otherwise,
purpose. Yeah.
yeah. Otherwise, we maybe it's just a drop of name. Oh, I trained with this former colleague named Julie.
No, see,
You
so
know,
something with the Mandalorian that they're doing is they're bringing Ahsoka in there. I don't know if you know who that is, but anyways, the only way I could see that happening is she's related to the Force, Baby Yoda, this and that. Not to take it to Star Wars, but it's got to be like Daniel learns something from Chosen about Miyagi. No one else really knows about this except for another student that Miyagi might have had post Daniel. Who would that have been? And then he goes and seeks her out and maybe learns something through that. And I don't know what she's doing. She could maybe join him in creating a dojo or something. It's super far fetched. But I could see her having a place in telling him something that he needed to know about Miyagi. Be like, is this true? Is this something that actually happened? I'm not as versed with the next Karate Kid as I am with the first three.
hmm
Um, are you? How many times have you seen it a lot? I haven't seen it all
uh,
that much, really.
I mean, I don't know. I'd like to say I've seen it enough. But what is enough? I've seen the movie. Let me see. It's 2020 September. I probably have seen it twice this year. I've seen it maybe less than 10 times, I would say.
I think I've seen it maybe twice, and I must have been like, I don't know, a teenager or something. Like, I can't remember much. I just remember
You
him
know,
fighting those dudes at the gas station.
yeah, that's a good scene. And that
Yeah,
is a clip you can watch.
yeah.
Um, with that movie, like I thought Pat Morita still did his best, and we still got to see Mr. Miyagi kick ass
Hmm.
one more time. Julie Pierce, like Hilary Swank was still brand new, and she did pretty good with what she was given. I think with that movie, ultimately, it came down to the script, the story, and a brand new vision. Right? It was a different director, so there was some more mystical things that happened with the monks that I was just like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And you also got like these really aggressive security team force or whatever at school, which I guess as a kid I thought they were some sort of like super hall monitors of sorts, but it's just kind
I
of
don't even
weird.
remember, dude. I'm not even gonna try to pretend like I don't even remember. I can't. But I just remember that one. It was cool because Miyagi was in it, but it just didn't
Yeah,
feel the same.
no,
It didn't
no,
have the same
completely.
feeling.
It's like those movies that started in the 80s and usually by the second or third sequel, it's in the 90s and it's got like MTV culture all over it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
loud, it's colorful,
yeah.
like Mighty Ducks from 1 to 2, it's so
Totally
different.
different movie.
Ninja Turtles 1 to 2, so different.
You know what? In Ninja Turtles' defense, wait, what? The number two was the one with the ooze. Yeah,
Yes.
I still love that one.
Hey, I love it too.
Go
I love it
Ninja,
just like
go
the
Ninja.
night.
And then Ninja Turtles
I was
3
listening
was
to that
like,
today.
yeah, I love Ninja Turtles 3 though, where they go back to Japan.
So I'm a big fan of time traveling.
Hmm.
So that's one of my favorite. Matter of fact, Ninja Turtles 3 was filmed here in Oregon, parts of it anyway. And my uncle was actually like an extra in one of the village
Cool.
scenes. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of time travel. I'm a fan of it in certain movies like Ninja Turtles, Back to the
Okay.
Future.
Yeah.
Uh,
How can you not?
yeah, exactly. What else? I don't know, maybe something else, but I think that's about it. I just feel like when they do it with like big franchises and stuff, it's just like muddying up everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're not going to do it in Cobra Kai, which is great.
Yeah.
Johnny finds the time well and jumps in and goes back in time and fights
Well,
Kreese and wins the tournament.
clearly Daniel found it.
Yeah, yeah,
Because he looks like he's still in high school.
yeah, dude. They
But
all look great.
yeah, speaking of Back to the Future, that's kind of that one moment in the pilot episode, AC Generate, where Johnny goes back to the parking lot and
Hmm.
sees him getting choked out by Kreese. And one of John Hurwitz's early Q&As, I asked him about that moment. I was like, yeah, I got a Back to the Future vibe, where Marty kind of sees himself and all these things. And at the time, John said that that was his favorite moment, like on any production that he's been a part of. At the time. And then since then, there's been like season 2 and season 3 stuff that he's just like, oh man, these are the best.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta read more of these Q&As. I
If you
never
have
catch them.
if you have a long commute, man, just pop in my audio, the
Yeah,
audio podcast. We
yeah.
have, I think we have 17 of those, and I just call them like Cobra Kai News or something. You know,
I'd like to like have them on the screen in the middle here, and then we can go through them. We can go through all of them.
good.
I think
That's
it'd be
something
fun.
we currently do as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, we can go back and find some of those old ones, like we were talking about the like the Six Seasons thing and
yeah,
Elizabeth Shue. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Or even like watch some old interviews and stuff like that. Um, Cobra Kai never dies. Yes, Dr. Basil. Do you think they should also? Yes, we got that one. Kathleen Kennedy should produce a Mr. Miyagi prequel.
I'm
No.
down for that. I like me some Kathleen Kennedy.
Do you do?
Yeah. You
Oh
don't?
no, dude.
Oh,
I think
because of her
she.
ties with George.
I
Okay.
think you know
Okay.
what I defended her for years, but after what Daisy Ridley said the other day with them just like not. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy the whole time was just like, oh yeah, it's so easy to know who her lineage, her parents are, in like The Force Awakens, and then Daisy came on the Tonight Show or something just a few days ago with Josh Gad, and she said, yeah, I didn't know who my parents were until some way into episode 9, and she's like, it was constantly changing, so it makes it really hard for her to act, which is unfortunate, but I mean,
Yeah. Oh, that's so weird. I mean, I guess my bias with Kathleen Kennedy was her ties to Back to the Future. So,
you know
so
what? She changed movies and she made movies amazing for what they are today, and cinema would not be the same without her at all.
Mhm.
But I just think with Star Wars, I think she needed to do more homework. That's all.
Okay.
And respect more of George's stuff. But I think she's obviously changed everything with Jurassic Park and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Um,
not gonna lie. I'm so glad I'm not part of this Star Wars fandom just because that was my Back to the Future was my Star Wars growing up. That was the trilogy that I watched. People, matter of fact, I was asked earlier today, hey, what's your favorite Back to the Future movie? And I'm like, "Oh, favorite Back to the Future movie? I was like, what are you talking about? It's a 6 hour saga.
yeah, they're all one. It's all one. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because just like Karate Kid, it picks up right after the next one. So there's really no breaks, it just from start to finish, one, two, and three.
yeah,
So I love them all equally.
yeah,
Two is obviously a little bit darker. Three is so much fun.
yeah.
And that's why I love the Karate Kid Part Two,
Hmm.
just like Back to the Future Three. It's Doc's story. We get more of him.
Yeah,
Part Two, we get more of Miyagi.
yeah.
So I like those movies pretty equally.
I love that. Yeah, I think for me it was Star Wars. Every night with my dad, we would do this the exact same thing for years and years and years. We would watch. We would make tea. We'd have like our snacks and stuff, and then we would watch either the original trilogy. We'd watch Karate Kid 1, 2, or 3, or we'd watch Back to the Future 1, 2, or 3. And we'd throw in some blood sport here and there, but it was always just like we would just cycle through these movies for years. It was the best time. It was so great.
That's
Um,
amazing, man. When you get to have like those movies that you share, with your dad.
yeah,
Like with me, I got, I don't know, we talked about it on
a
the
little bit.
stream, but I
Tell me.
got 4 kids, a fifth on the way,
Yeah.
right? But my oldest son, yeah, he likes Back to the Future just fine, but my 8-year-old loves Back to the Future just like me. I've taken him to this special screening at this place called Amzi, local here,
Mm,
and they did like a bit of a lecture on time travel,
mhm.
and then they gave us a screening of it. But before you enter the building, they had a DeLorean outside and a cosplayer as Marty McFly.
Cool.
And this cosplayer I actually know because she actually dresses up as Marty McFly at all the local cons,
Hmm.
and so she's actually pretty known. And so my son, the 8-year-old, he got a picture with her as Marty, and but anyway, I didn't know he was a fan until like one day. I don't even think we were watching Back to the Future 3. Like, I don't even think we were watching Back to the Future. Like, he just randomly said, over the amount of $80. And I was like, is that from Back to the Future 3? He's like, yeah. I go, why'd you say that? He goes, I don't know, it just popped in my head. But it's so obscure.
Nice, dude.
It was just it's such an obscure line from part 3. And then I go, which DeLorean do you like? And he goes, the one from part 3. I'm like, really? Like, why? And then I guess after thinking about it, my son loves Legos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he loves Legos and he loves his monster trucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he likes the third DeLorean because it looks the most different because he customizes all his toys.
Yeah, it's like specced out. Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks the most different. So to me, I was like, you know what? Maybe it is the best one in that aspect. That it's the most unique and customized.
He's like, no, Dad, not that one. The train. It's like, no, son, that's not the DeLorean.
But I guess the circuit box on the hood looks pretty cool. It's got those
The
white
back
walls
looks totally
with the
different.
wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh man. Oh, sorry, man. We're here to talk about Cobra Kai.
No,
I'm so
man,
sorry.
dude, this is our show. We can talk about whatever we want. It's cool. You want to talk about Teletubbies next? We can do that too.
Yeah. Hey, I like them all too. Did you ever collect them?
No, I didn't. What's one of those names? Twinkie or something?
I have no idea.
No idea. I'm glad
I
that phases out.
I see Thunder Scorpion. He says something about Biff here. I love Back to the Future 2, how old Biff was getting at young Biff for saying shit wrong. Dude, that's one of my favorite moments too.
Oh yeah.
Even as an old man,
Yeah.
he's talking about like, well, he's still saying make like a tree and leave, but he tries to correct his young self.
Yeah.
And then we also saw Biff kind of screw up another line about the screen door in a battleship.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's that line too. But sometime after Cobra Kai took off, and it's like, oh, people were speculating, what if they did like a Young Miyagi spinoff? And I have my short wish list too. I don't have their names memorized, but I have a thread somewhere where I picked some Japanese actors that can look like a Young Miyagi. And in thinking that, I was like, man, they can do like a Back to the Future prequel too. And so what I did, just to kind of tease like something that probably won't ever happen, I found a picture of Christopher Lloyd like really young, like he might have been in college wearing a suit and stuff, and I just put Emmett on that. I was like, who would want this prequel? Like a movie called Emmett.
Yeah, dude.
So
that'd be great.
If they ever did a remake, and we all know that both Bobs, Zemeckis and Gale said over their dead body, right?
Yeah.
And my pick to be Doc Brown would be Hugh Laurie.
Who's that?
House. Did you ever watch that show? House?
No, I didn't. No.
He.
Is that the doctor?
Yeah, that pops pills. Yeah. So
Okay.
I think he would be a great Doc Brown.
Yeah.
And he is no longer with us, but my favorite running for Marty would have been Anton Yelchin.
These are all dudes I don't know. I gotta go.
Sorry. He played
Anton.
is it Chekhov in
Star Trek?
Yeah, the 2009 one. Charlie Bartlett was also a movie that he was in, and Charlie.
Oh, okay.
His role in Charlie Bartlett, that is actually what sold me that he could be a Marty McFly.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, I saw them toying with the idea, or fans toying with the idea of Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland, and I was like,
oh right. I mean, I could see it. Hey,
I saw the deep fake of it, man. It looked kind of cool, but it just made me think too much of the Avengers.
Yeah. It did. Yeah,
and
right.
it takes you just completely out.
Yeah, exactly. That pairing is just so iconic. It's really hard to cast them in another duo and not think about what Avengers.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Because and then when James Spader was cast as Ultron,
Mm-hmm.
people were digging up what's that movie? Less Than Zero. They were in Tough Turf together, but I feel like there was another movie that I didn't see where they were also in together. But no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. You want to talk about you want to talk about Star Wars, Cobra Kai, and the others? Like, I'll be like, yeah, okay, I know, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know some of the other stuff.
Oh, I'm a movie guy. My I guess Cobra Kai has become my main podcast, but my other podcast that I do is a movie review podcast. So
Yeah.
so I'm a movie guy too.
I love movies. I just need to broaden my horizon and watch a lot of older movies.
Did
I
you watch
feel like
Real Genius?
no, I didn't yet. No, I didn't yet. No excuse. I just didn't. Yeah, I just didn't give it time. Yeah.
Yeah, excuse man, life happens, right?
Yeah, I've been sleeping at 8 a.m. every day. Just trying to do some. Actually, so there's like a new animation thing I want to do on Star Wars Theory, which I want to take over to Cobra Kai Theory, and I wanted to talk to you about it too later on. I'll show you what it is. It's
Okay.
cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
We could
yeah.
do some fun stuff with it, and you could voice some of the characters if you want.
Oh, nice, nice. I
Yeah,
like that
some fan
already.
fictions and stuff, but it's like animated. It's like silhouette style. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I like the idea of that.
Yeah, it'll be.
Um, I wish I like took better notes, but I'm really active on Instagram and Twitter. And somebody recently, actually, I guess it was on Instagram. It was during my ask me something segment, and somebody, ooh, excuse me, Jesus, someone asked me who would I want as like a guest star. I think was it his name was Isaiah that asked me this, and I was like, man, I don't want like a martial artist as a guest star, because he said like he would love Van Damme, and I was like, I don't want anybody on the show.
That'd be cool.
It would be
That'd be cool.
cool, but I don't want them on the Cobra Kai show.
Because it
Like
would
it'll
muddy.
make
Yeah, I've gotten some people that are just like, hey, like make a Bloodsport theory, make a Rocky theory. It's like these two other movies or franchises that I like absolutely love, and I just like
I love
identify with
Bloodsport.
as a kid. But
Okay, USA.
yeah, okay, USA. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know. I just feel like it would muddy up Cobra Kai theory. So it's like I don't want to make another channel, but also I don't know. I have no time as it is with all the channels now. So it's. But I'd be
Star
down
Wars.
if you do that, man. I will tune in. I will watch.
Yeah. Well, Star Wars and Cobra Kai is different enough. There's some
Yeah,
similarities in the characters,
sure.
but when you're talking about Bloodsport and Rocky and Cobra Kai, they're all the same thing, kind of.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
same universe sort of.
yeah,
Like, you saw that scene in Bloodsport where Bolo Young was breaking the ice. Did you see
yeah,
that? I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's like yeah, that's so funny with like Chosen and Daniel breaking the ice, and then you get like he's just like these massive blocks, and he's just kicking the crap out of them. There was a
Yeah.
montage scene. Do you remember that? I don't know if you remember it. You can go watch it again. It's very in the very beginning.
Oh, yeah, I have it on Blu-ray. It's a double disc, Bloodsport and Time Cop, also one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Um, I was going to say something about, oh, yeah, Bloodsport obviously exists in the Cobra Kai universe, right? Johnny looked up YouTube clips. Bloodsport was one of his
Yeah. I remember now. Yes. Yeah, I was so happy when I saw that. I was like, dude, no, I gotta show you this poster I have, man.
Okay, he got up and left.
Yeah, just leaving you there. You can do the rest of the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Did you just get that recently?
Like a month ago,
Okay.
or a couple months. Yeah, a month and a half ago. I
Oh man,
just
I,
it's
I don't see Van Damme like doing the Comic Con circuit, but that would be. I mean, can you imagine
yeah,
how
he's never
long his
there.
line would be?
Yeah, he's never there. My mom met him when I didn't get to meet him. My mom met him when I was like a little kid, and she like signed. He signed a picture for me. That was it.
Oh, do you still have it?
I can't find it. No,
Oh
no.
man.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
And such a cool dude. Uh, oh well. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll meet him.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool if you or we could interview Thomas Ian Griffith, but he's
Man,
like
I'm having a hard time getting a hold of
he's
him myself.
he's like invisible. He's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just got to make a really cool meme and tag him, and that's the most contact I've had with him.
What? And he liked it or something?
I don't remember.
No.
That
Yeah.
guy is pretty pretty
Off the grid.
inactive on social media.
Yeah.
I know people were talking about how he and I don't remember if we discussed him at all last week, but people are saying, "Oh yeah, he shared Cobra Kai on his Instagram, and I'm like, well, he's getting paid, right? Because they used
Is he?
footage of, well, yeah, they used footage of Terry Silver on Cobra Kai. So when I interviewed Israel Warbe,
They
who
have to pay
plays
him for
Freddy
that?
Fernandez,
They have to pay him for that?
I'm assuming yes, because Israel Warbe, he says that he got paid from Cobra Kai for like his usage. So I just assumed that anytime you saw archive footage of somebody else, they are getting paid for that, which makes sense. I mean,
Oh
we know
yeah,
all about
dude.
the
He
Crispin
posted
Glover.
May 13th, 2019. Really an unforgettable shot from the set of Karate Kid 3. One I've never seen. Crease and Silver. Cobra Kai never dies. Maybe I'll see my old friend again soon. What? Oh, it's a
Yeah,
okay. It's a repost. It's a repost from Martin Cove, which I saw.
yeah,
Dude, what?
from last year, huh?
That's so cool. I'm gonna guys, check it out.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
If you guys go through my Instagram account too, Cobra Kai Podcast, what was it? We did one of those All Valley Trivia Championships. You guys can go back and watch those videos as well. Um, we had Sean Kanan as a guest,
Mm.
and he shared the story about him and his wife were celebrating an anniversary, and Martin Kove was there, but who they didn't expect to see was Thomas Ian Griffith.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then he was all like, "Oh, I'm sure I got that photo somewhere. I'll send it to you." And so like after he was done with us, he sent us the picture, and then I posted that on the Instagram of the three cobras there from part
Oh,
three.
what the heck? I
Yeah.
I just saw Rick Perez just reacted to my story. That's so cool, man.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah. That's badass. So I don't know anything about him. I just know that he's gonna be in Cobra Kai season 3. I'm gonna shout him out right there. You
Yeah,
guys can
and
check him out.
his name's Roger. That's all that I know too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his role is gonna be, but he looks like he could be a Cobra, maybe.
He could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
he
usually
seems
cast
like
they
this.
usually cast the bald guys as bad guys, so you
Is
know.
that what it is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you got to be bald.
yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
got Ron Thomas and Rob Garrison both came back bald.
Oh, so you want to be a Cobra Kai? Okay.
You going to shave
Credentials
the hair?
bald. You're
You
in.
have to you have to either grow a mohawk or shave your head.
Yeah, yeah, one or the other. There's no in between, really.
There you go.
Was Stingray cast in season 3? Does his role have more meaning or just comic relief? I don't know.
So
Do you know?
I don't know too much about season three. I mean, look, I don't have the inside details.
Mm.
I just keep a good ear to the ground. Okay. What I do know is that Paul Walter Hauser got an interview with him.
Hmm.
He was filming Cruella overseas
Cool.
during season three. So if he's in it, we don't know how much.
Okay.
What do you think of Stingray? I don't think we've ever discussed Stingray
No, we
together.
haven't. No one really discusses him, but I mean, I think he's obviously hilarious. Okay,
Yeah.
but what's his story? Like, what's his deal? He's just some like dude from the '80s or something like that. Like, he just like joined like the
Yeah.
kids class or something. Like, what's the
You
deal?
know, maybe he just never really grew up at a certain age. You know, at a
Sure,
certain
yeah.
age you peak, and maybe he's just lived with his parents growing up. Maybe he was a single mom, and all he does is like he's a gamer and he goes to work.
Yeah,
You know, so he himself has stuck in the '80s, and the only thing that changed was, you know, his the video game trend.
yeah,
You know, maybe he started out with Counter Strike and all that stuff or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I guess that's not really '80s. That's like late '90s.
Started off with Atari.
Yeah, Atari, absolutely. I definitely had one too. And he was just a gamer and just never went out socially until he meets, you know, Johnny Lawrence, you know, sees the T-shirt and he's kind of reminded like, oh man, there is life outside of like video games and stuff, but all he knows is the '80s still.
Yeah,
Kind of like
and
Johnny,
his mom's
you
not
know.
charging him
So
rent, so he's obviously still living at home. So it's
exactly. Yeah, he's
like
got money.
yeah, he's got money. He's got money to burn. So I mean, but yeah, I think he's one of those characters that you could really have fun with, but also you could show a little bit of a backstory on, because at the end of the day, he did beat Miguel. Remember?
Oh yeah. The
Yeah,
Coyote Creek. All right, I had to
yeah,
think about that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
The,
ah,
he still has the red headband from it,
yeah,
right?
there you go. Yeah, he in essence he did win. He was the winner.
Yeah.
He may
What
not win one
trophy?
on one, but you know his tactics. Yeah, so I don't know.
I want to see him take one of the kids.
Something someone mentioned. I don't know where it was. I think it might have been Reddit or something. Was
Oh.
Tori being Kreese's daughter?
I mean, Kreese is like 80 something years old. I know it's not
It's
out of
Kreese, bro.
like
Like,
it's possible.
I know. It made me think though, because I'm just like, oh, I never really thought of that. Maybe Grandpa, but again, makes the world smaller.
If you want to accept that, then you also have to accept you know, Louis Jr. being Uncle Louis's son and not like nephew or whatever, you know, because he was old in the third movie, right?
Yeah,
When Lucille calls Daniel and has to talk, and he's coughing up a lung in the
yeah,
background.
yeah. I wonder if he made it.
I hope so. Well,
Yeah,
maybe not by
yeah.
now.
Maybe not
I
by
mean,
now. Yeah.
maybe that's why Louis is in California with Daniel, right? Because
Right.
you know, no more family over there, and his mom convinced him to bring him in.
Uh, Another theory I saw was regarding Silver coming around and helping Robbie, which
I
I think would
mean,
be kind of cool. But
yeah, but how do we get there?
yeah, well, Robbie runs away.
Kreese,
He's
Kreese
got no
would have to
money.
have facilitated. Yeah, you know, he goes to the dojo, doesn't see Johnny because Johnny left, and it's Kreese with a bunch of other Cobras. So
Well, I was
he
thinking
needs to hide
maybe,
somewhere.
maybe Robbie runs away. He doesn't have any money. Doesn't have any food to eat, and then he comes across this like super rich guy or something. I don't know. And Silver lends him, gives him a hand, and that's actually stupid. Never mind.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Some of the
Hey
theories
man,
stick, some
we've
don't.
seen some bad ones out there, haven't we?
Huh? Oh,
We've seen some bad ones out there.
some bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some. Yeah. Not even gonna get into it. Miyagi is the Yoda of Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. And Kreese, I would say, is like Vader, and Silver is like. Yeah, I think Silver would be like the Emperor, and Vader would be
Okay.
like Kreese.
I like
Uh, just because I think Silver's the one handling everything, and he's the one that can really expand Cobra Kai throughout the valley.
Yeah.
Something that was interesting that the writers put on Twitter in one of those Q&As was that Silver is in South America. He's
I
spending a
have to go
lot of
back
time there.
and I have to go back and check that out. Again, like 17 episodes of covering Q&As.
Hmm.
I think the most we covered in one sitting was 3 Q&A sessions. Some of them were 2. A lot of them were just 1. But yeah, so many questions. A lot of them asked over and over too from different people.
Oh yeah, yeah, tons.
But
And
yeah,
usually the answers are always different.
and you know what?
It's like they
Depending
troll.
on what it is, it's kind of what they knew at the moment.
No, I think they troll a lot because like
Oh, sure.
there were
I
like
hate it.
maybe 10 Silver questions, and one of them is like, is Silver coming back? And he's like, no, 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 no. Is Silver coming back? Maybe. No, I don't think he ever
It's
said maybe. I think there was
John always
something.
says there's a possibility.
Yeah, John always is the one. He's like, oh yeah, trust in the
Okay.
fact that I think was it him who said trust in the fact that Silver is my favorite character, or maybe it was Hayden. And then is Chosen coming back? And they're like, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna ruin the teaser that we got. But a shout
True.
out to my co-host Brianna, who's tuning in. She does confirm that it was Hayden that said Terry's in South America.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So he bounces around a lot. It's like maybe what did he get kicked out of the states or something? He's got home. They said he's got homes all over.
I mean the plutonium dumping and I don't know what other underhand things that he was doing. Is that the right expression? But we don't know, right? It's been 34 years
Yeah.
in their time.
Yeah.
It's still 2018, and so we don't know what Terry's been doing this entire time.
Yeah.
I
Well.
mean, for all we know, he could be getting ready to be released from prison. You know, for what Robbie did, do we know he's going to jail? If so, is it juvie or is he um, somewhere else because like they're charging him as an adult maybe, and so maybe he runs into Terry Silver. You know, it can go so many different ways.
I think he ran away. I think he completely just I don't know. He's gone somewhere and
He's
he's
gotta
gonna get
hide.
into
He's gotta
trouble.
hide
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I know a lot of people say that Sam beat Tori, but I really don't think so because Sam's the one in the hospital, and like a couple hours later, Tori's freaking practicing. Like what the hell?
She's getting all those aches out. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
more karate. You
Yeah.
know,
She's
to heal
like,
yourself.
I got to get back to training so I don't get beat up.
Yeah.
Um,
but Tori did take a pretty nasty fall over the
Mm-hmm.
railing, so
Her and her
uh,
boyfriend.
yeah. Yeah. Did you see my photo of the laying on the ground?
No? What, on
Oh,
Instagram?
I think so.
Hey, check this out.
Pretty sure. Yeah, just go back a little bit. When me and Brianna and our moderator Amy, we visited the set, we got to see the stairs, and I don't know why I didn't think about it to look up the way he was positioned. So yeah, there it is. So so I'm actually facing the wrong way. Miguel's looking to the other side, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
I'm facing the wrong way. Yeah, but I didn't even think to like pull it up just to kind of confirm,
Yeah.
but uh, yeah, I tried doing a side by side of me and Miguel, and I tried to say like who did it better, trying to get like some sort of like or reply from Sholo, but it didn't happen.
I love this. What if Daniel ran into Chosen?
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I like that. I
Yeah,
think,
see,
dude,
so
I
I
want
do
to
some
see
fun
more of
stuff.
him. I want to see more of him, bro. I think he's going to be such a cool
Oh, I
addition.
love it.
Um,
I love it.
and then a theory I had was like, okay, what if Daniel leaves this like little seed in Chosen's mind in Okinawa, and then uh, when he goes back, all hope is lost. Let's say like shit really hits the fan, and like Kreese takes over. Maybe I don't know. Silver comes back, takes over, and it's Johnny and Daniel, and they need more help. And then Mike Barnes comes back, who could I guess join maybe Johnny and Daniel possibly because he's like Silver's a crazy jackass like, but if Chosen would show up at the last minute, it'd be kind of like that Avengers moment. And
Yeah.
he's like, what is he doing in California? What the hell? And he's like, yeah, that'd be cool. I would like that.
Oh man, just I don't know. That was such a good fight just because of the stakes. It came down to life or death. I want to see that first reaction or a flashback of because we get the impression that they're not gonna kill each other in that teaser, right? Like it's a spar,
Yeah.
and so
Well, they're
I
wearing
want to,
gis. I mean,
yeah.
what are we gonna fight to the death? Okay, let's go put on our gis, and then we'll.
With no witnesses,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be fair, right?
Yeah. No.
Um, yeah, I just want to hear that talk. I want to hear their version of 109. Talking about something in the past.
Hmm. Yeah. Um. The heck was I gonna say, dude? I gotta stop sleeping at 8 a.m. What about bringing Daryl Vidal back to Cobra Kai? Yeah, like I said in my interview with him, it would be super cool. One of you guys commented, that he could be on the board of directors for maybe the All Valley, which would be
Yeah,
neat.
that's a
And
great suggestion.
I didn't even realize that they actually mentioned him in.
Mhm. School Six,
Yeah, yeah. I guess that was the episode, which is so
which
cool. And then and
Brianna
then
says,
and then I messaged him. I'm like, hey, I didn't even realize that they. I gotta show you this. I didn't even realize that they talked about you. He's like, yeah. Dot dot dot. No way, Tommy beat me in '83.
yeah. So apparently, according to the novelization and other things, Brianna said that cannot be another All Valley because of Johnny. She has it all out. Maybe she'll type it in the chat, but so that must be like another tournament
I can't get
or
my hands
competition.
on the novelization.
Mhm.
I can't find it. I can't get my hands on it.
It seems to be hard, but we seem to also have group members that are like finding it somehow because they're like, hey, look what I found.
Like physical copies or like
Yeah,
PDFs?
physical copies,
Jeez.
and also the host of Karate Kid Minute, Robin Burge.
Hmm.
He got a hold of the script and he got the novelizations for what they do because they break the movie down minute by minute.
Yeah.
And where are they now? Because I was a guest like last month, I think, a few weeks ago. But anyway, they're only like 20, 30 minutes in. Haven't got a hold on a Miyagi yet, from what I heard last time. But those are kind of fun.
That's
Have
really cool.
you ever listened to any of those?
No, I have not. But
Yeah. I mean, what started this whole Minute podcast
mhm.
is the Star Wars Minute.
Okay, right.
So perhaps so you're familiar with that?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh,
And they're
cool.
just doing it with Karate Kid,
Oh, nice. You just breaks them down. Okay, cool.
minute by minute.
You
Yeah, so
know,
sometimes
I,
there's like no dialogue,
yeah, I've
like the
tried.
beginning of
I've
it.
tried to do minute ones just because it's like I know people are busy and it's concise, but I just end up talking too much. I was like, I can't. I
It's
can't
like
break it. I haven't
now.
found that sweet spot where you can like get really in the minute of it. Um, Daniel blamed for car crash drunk on prom for Allie. Oh.
I think maybe they're referring to what we said earlier.
Daniel blamed for car crash drunk on prom for Allie. Yeah, it's.
I don't know if Daniel was drunk, but you know what? Maybe they could have written that. Maybe Daniel snuck a drink, and again,
That'd be cool.
Eyes weren't on the road, and they crashed.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It was like maybe Daniel was so drunk that Allie had to drive, and
they were fighting, some arguing.
And he was drunk, so he was like saying some stupid stuff, and then she
which is a little out of character for Daniel because we don't know for him to sneak a drink. However, Miyagi did give him that little drink that one night, but we know that he's on Minute Maid, right? We know that Johnny rolls a number in the bathroom.
Yeah.
We know that Cobras drink warm beer.
Yeah.
What else do they do? So it sounds like a little out of character, but again, we don't know.
Laundry detergent beer. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I guess lots of stuff to come. We're at an hour now. Let's wrap it up. I had a really fun time. This is the second episode, guys. I'm still not sold on the Rule of Cobra podcast name. I think it's cool, but I'm open to your suggestions, and I'd love to hear more ideas and stuff like that. I guess Miyagi Duo is also a possibility. I like that too. Mr. Miyagi got drunk once. Yeah, he did.
Just the to kind of update on what we're talking about the competition. Brianna says that Bobby is introduced in the movie as the 1983 runner-up, so that's why it couldn't be the All Valley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the previous year.
Where is she? I can't see her.
It's in she has she's wearing the Daniel outfit when he's on the boat, doing the moves. Oh
yeah.
Red and blue hair, the cartoon. Brianna 25.
I can't find it. Whatever. I guess I can do it after. I'd love to make her a mod as well, but I don't.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Brianna 25. Boom. Cool. Okay. Well, thanks for joining in, guys. Next week, for now, I guess we'll say Sunday at 5. But if it doesn't work, we'll do it again on Saturday or something else.
Yeah,
So
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, stay tuned. And thanks for joining in. We still got to come out with an outro.
You said that last time too.
I know. And I haven't put any time in. I know. It's super laid back. I got to change that. Okay, guys. Catch you later. Until then, let's just leave it with no mercy.